be scared to drive in Europe and China now that Elon Musk has launched full self-driving. So this is FSD, and is currently being reviewed by regulators. However, the company saw 6% raise in stock upon the announcement of the Cybercab. So you'll be able to jump in these things. They'll be autonomous and they'll drive you from A to B. Uber, watch out. Crazy development in the future. How long will it take for this to hit today's market for, me, the average person in the Americas? And will this even be safe? Is basically he experimenting over in Europe and China before he gets over to America? I don't
Probably
know.
easier to pass approval there. That's my bet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Easier approvals to pass. I mean, people always say take it to outside of country if you're going to try and get approvals passed, right? There's different countries that let these things go a lot easier.
Yeah.
We've talked about AI and self-driving since I was a little kid, right? Being an issue and what we're going to do when it finally takes over. And we've seen Tesla making steps in this for the past decade. I'm not surprised to see it finally happening. I'm not surprised. Whether or not it's going to last a while or whether or not it's going to be heavily regulated and prevented for more years to come because of innate issues with hacking, with all types of things like that. But that's pretending like we don't have issues like that existing in modern day cars. It's an interesting thing to see happen. I think it's a very interesting thing to see happen. But people don't like losing control of stuff. It's like taking Americans' guns away, right? And saying, "Well, a robot will have your gun instead." Who wants to lose their license because
Yes.
a robot is better at driving than you are?
20
Yeah,
to
but
30 years,
driving-
nobody will have their own operator's license. You won't be
Yeah.
allowed.
And that may be for the
Want
best
that?
part because
Correct.
I don't know
No, it
about
might be.
where
Well,
I don't know
I
about
mean,
where
if
everybody else
you
is
want
at.
that, I will. I'll still have one.
Drivers on the road today are crazy. So,
I'm
you
the
Yeah.
know,
safest driver. And
Agree.
ask anybody.
I agree.
The way I
In
drive
some
in video
parts-
games, totally drive it in real
in
life.
some parts of the country, it may be safer and more conducive to traffic congestion have autonomous vehicles potentially.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're doing it in China first, because of said population and how packed every street is.
Right.
Yeah.
If anybody's
they can
been to
make
my
that
neck of the woods
efficient,
or
Correct.
LA or been to the Northeast here in the States, rush hour is crazy. Like your 10-mile
if you
drive
think-
can take you an hour and a half.
But
you know
if
what
you
you're
think
making
people-
me think of, Joe? Go on, SPG.
Well, you don't think people are in a rush to let their cars drive them, but I'm telling you, people are in a rush to let AI do their thinking for them. They're going to do it. They're going to give it away. They are.
If
And
they give me one for free,
think
I'll
about
go
it this
for
way. I mean, would you trust somebody to do a calculation in their head, or would you trust a calculator to do it? I mean, it's going to come to a place where we're going to think we're all crazy for letting a bunch of humans drive these high-speed machines when AI is going to do it so much better, so much more efficiently, with so much less impact. Of course, they'll have their spots where they do mess up, but along the way, I think we're going to get to a place that's better for humanity in terms of taking the wheel out of so many people's hands. Because not everybody should be trusted to drive a car, and I feel like the test to get a license is not that challenging.
I feel like that's
and then you get to look at people's age. Like I don't know what everybody else on the panel, but like my grandmother's like almost 90 years old and like still has a driver's license and
let's not
probably
take away
probably shouldn't be driving.
No.
Actually, to think about that just for a second, for the elderly, a whole lot of folks that end up losing their driving privileges have to go to a home almost immediately so they can be taken care of or transported to and from to get groceries, stuff like that. This could be something awesome for that part of society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold on. Here's another one. Since if you're going to use old people that lose what about just the general public, that people that lose their license over things like child support or court fees or road rage or
Wouldn't this eliminate a lot of jobs though?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, AI's coming for everybody.
It's autonomy
no,
and it's technology,
it's not gonna
fellas. We see this with everything. Autonomy and technology
not
kind
gonna
of
take away-
replacing people. I mean, look at what
Yeah.
Google's done. Okay, people used to
Maker,
have
it
to
ain't gonna
go
take away
to
from
a
jobs.
people used to have to go to a teacher or an educated person in their town or village to learn something, or to a library to read it from a book. Nowadays, if your friend tells you
Wait,
something that you don't trust, you
A
Google
what?
check it, right? You Google check it. A book. Okay, Joe, a book. Um, you Google
I
check
said
it though, right? And Google, it's took away a level of autonomy, but it's also granted us an extra level. And that's what these cars, I think, will do. It'll take away a level of autonomy. It'll take away a level of personal control, but while also granting us a different level of it, right? We won't be
does
thinking
it
about,
really
oh,
matter?
I need to
We're
make
already
my
doing
car
that
run.
with.
Oh, how am I going to get here? It's all going to be done for us, but we'll
But
have to work within their preset systems, right? It's all about technology and how it's constantly
Okay,
changing
Vet,
since
all
Vet,
society
you
can
said this isn't going to take any jobs. Think of taxis in New York and Uber drivers all over the
they're not.
damn
I mean,
country.
who cares? I mean, they'll find something else. They can open up a gas station or what are the places? A dry cleaning store. They'll be fine.
I want to purchase an AI robot to work for me. That's what I want.
Yeah.
What kind of robot would you like?
So the idea behind this is fully self-driving cars. It is being launched in China and Europe. So watch out while you're in the road, and don't be alarmed, I guess, if you see nobody driving a car. The future is coming, and soon I think we'll be at a place where people driving cars will be a thing of the past. Operation, I think, needs to be taken out of our hand. Not because of, I'm sure a lot of people's personal preference would to be, I want to have control of my car. But to be honest, do you trust everybody else having control of their car? I mean, when you get on the
They
highway,
do.
you roll the dice that you're not driving beside somebody who could just fall asleep at the wheel and run into you. So AI is really going to bridge the gap and create a more safe environment for the highways. I hope so.
I can't wait to climb in my car and say, "Hey, take me 200 miles away," and it's like, "Sorry, you need oil change." Like,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
We want to ask you about your extended warranty first.
Yeah,
Would you like to renew?
We've been trying to reach you.
Have you thought about Valegra? That's going to be American cars. There's definitely going to be pharmaceutical ads.
You're gonna have
Oh
to
yeah,
watch
big time,
the ad.
built
But
in.
see, that's the thing is, you're gonna have to. What is it? What's gonna happen when you have to watch an ad or listen to an ad before you can even drive? Before you
Bro,
can
your
go somewhere.
car's gonna
Oh,
drive you to the
That's
DMV.
called the
You'll have
free
no
tier.
choice. You'll have no choice. You
oh,
are
the
being
free
driven to
gotcha.
the DMV.
That's
Can
the
I have a?
free
What's
tier
the what's the
of
Sony tier?
GFN. But
You can sign me up for the Sony tier. I will take that one.
It only drives backwards.